my pleasure to welcome you to the 2020-2021 edition of Annual Quiz Competition for Secondary School Students of Ogun State. This is the senior category, and the competition is proudly sponsored by SD Holdings Foundation. My name is Goki Rauf. I am your quiz master. And of course, this session we have 6 contestants, 2 girls, 4 boys. Let me introduce the 6 contestants to you. Starting from Ezekiel. How are you?
Thanks, sir.
Welcome to semi-finals.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, what's the name of your school?
Advanced Breed Comprehensive College, Shagam. Advanced Breed Comprehensive
Advanced
Shagam.
Shagam. You came all the way from Shagam
Yes, sir.
today. Welcome to the semi-finals.
Thank you, sir.
Do you remember what you scored at the quarterfinals?
170.
170. That was a good score. I hope you will do better today. Is that a promise?
By God's grace.
By God's grace. A round of applause for you. Mayowa,
Yes, sir.
welcome.
Thank you, sir.
This is the semi-final. And how did you get here? What did you score to get
I
here?
was able to scroll through the quarterfinal stage, so that was how I got here.
That's how you got here. Welcome to the semi-finals.
Thank you, Quiz Master.
So what's the name of your school?
Chebude Grammar School.
Ijebu-Ode Grammar School. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Afsat. Welcome to the semi-finals, beautiful Afsat. How are you today? How do you feel being at the semi-finals?
Happy.
Do you feel happy? Very happy. So what's the name of your school?
Future Heritage High School, Ota.
Future
Heritage High School.
Heritage High School, Ota. A private school or public?
Ota. A private school.
A private school. All right. Welcome to the semi-finals, Afsat. Precious. How are you? How do you feel being at the semi-finals? You feel great? Good. What's the name of your school? What? Crescent. Excellent Achievers College, Ijebu-Ode. All right. And you remember what you scored to get to semifinals? What did you score? 120. 120. Do you plan to score above that today? Yes, sir. A promise? All right. Welcome to the semifinals. Trivia. Akan. How are you?
Very fine, sir.
I love your jacket.
Thank you, sir.
Look up. Look at me. All right. That's beautiful. You look very good.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So what's the name of your school?
Total Academy.
Ota.
Total
Total Academy. Okay.
Ota.
Ota. Total Academy. Ota. And of course, we have an academic here from Academy. I'm sure that, of course, you want to show us that you are a proper academic. Is that so?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the semi-final. Sylvia, how are you?
Fine, sir.
You remember what you scored to get to this point? What did you score?
130.
130. All right. So, how are you today?
Fine.
How does it feel being at the semifinals?
It feels great.
It feels great. Do you plan to get to the finals?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
And you want to get there? Let's see how it goes. What's the name of your school?
Sacred Heart Catholic College, Abeokuta.
Abeokuta. Sacred Heart Catholic College, Abeokuta. Welcome to the semi-final, Sylvia. Thank you very much, the great audience. You're welcome to the second semi-finals. This is SG Holdings sponsored quiz competition for secondary schools in Ogun State. This session is for the senior category. You're welcome to this competition. Yes. Beautiful contestants. Time to go. But before we do, let us remind ourselves of the rules. There are 2 rounds. Round 1 will be made up of mathematics all through, 10 questions. And each of you will be expected to answer each question within 10 seconds. At the end of the first round, 2 persons will be eliminated, leaving 4 persons to continue with the second round. At the second round, you will be given questions in physics, biology, and chemistry. Now, I guess we're good to go. Let me say this before I go. I am Goke Rauf, and I'm your quiz master. Question 1. The simplest form of AC plus AD plus BC plus BD is A plus B into bracket, C plus D into bracket. B, AB into AB, C plus D into bracket, BC into A plus D into bracket, A plus C into bracket, with B plus D into bracket. That's B. Question 2. The probability that it will rain tomorrow is 0.85. What is the probability that it will not rain tomorrow? A, 0.145. B, 3 over 20. C, 0.25. D, none of the above. Question 3. The minimum value in the class limit is A, upper limit, B, lower limit, C, secondary limit, and D, primary limit. Question 4. Find the number of triangles which can be formed by joining the angular points of a polygon of 8 sides as verticals. A, 24, B, 56, C, 16, and D, 8. Question 5. The cube root of 1.331 is A, 1.01, B, 0.11, C, 1.1, D, 11.1. At the end of the first 5 questions, Sylvia, you scored 50. Akan, you scored 40. Precious, you scored 40. Afsat, you scored 40. Ezekiel, you scored 20. And Mayowa, you scored 20. Let's progress. 6 questions. Question 6. If a universal set U is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and A is a set of 2 and 4, A set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, B set 2, 4, 5, C set 2 and 4, and D set 1, 3, 5. Question 7. At what rate per cent per annum simple interest will a sum of money triple itself in 25 years? A. 10.0%, B. 9.5%, C. 8.0%, D. 8.5%. Question 8. If the radius of a circle is increased by 30%, then its area is increased by A. 0.7, B. 0.4, C. 0.69, D. 0.5. Question 9. In how many ways can the word apple be arranged? A. 120, B. 600, C. 60, D. 240. And question 10. Linear equations are also known as A. First degree equations, B. Second degree equations, C. Zero degree equations, and D. Simultaneous equations. And that's the end of round 1. At the end of round 1, Afsat, you scored 80. Akan, you scored 80. Precious, you scored 80. Sylvia, you scored 80. Ezekiel, you scored 70. And Mayowa, you scored 50. Four persons will move to the second round, and the 4 persons that will move to second round are Afsat. A round of applause for Afsat. 2, Precious. And number 3 is Akan. Number 4, Sylvia. Thank you very much, Ezekiel and Mayowa. You did your best, but it's not good enough. Thank you very much. A round of applause for the 2 girls and 2 boys who have moved to the second round. Thank you very much. This is the second round we're about to start. And of course, it will feature physics, chemistry, and biology. My name is Goke Rauf. I remain your quizmaster. Question 1. Which of the following statements is not correct? A. The second ionization energy of neon is higher than its first ionization energy. B. Aluminium has a higher first ionization energy than magnesium. C. Neon has a higher first ionization energy than argon. And D. Chlorine has a lower first ionization energy than argon. Question 2. A flowering plant having both the male and female flowers on the same plant is said to be A. Regular, B. Monoecious, C. Dioecious, and D. Irregular. Question 3. Which of the following substances have covalent bonding? A. Lithium bromide, B. Sodium bromide, C. Potassium bromide, and D. Hydrogen bromide. Question 4. Frequency below which no electrons are emitted from metal surface is A. Angular frequency, B. Threshold frequency, C. Minimum frequency, and D. Maximum frequency. Question 5. Which of the following is used to measure the rate of water uptake in plants? A. Hydrometer, B. photometer, C. Aspirator, and D. Hygrometer. At the end of the first 5 questions, Precious has 30 questions. 39. Sylvia, you have 30 questions, 30 marks. Afsat, you have 10 marks. And Akan, you have 10 marks. Let's continue. Question 6. The process in which AC is converted to DC is called A. Inversion, B. Dispersion, C. Induction, and of course D. Rectification. Question 7. Which of the following substances does not have a crystal structure? A. Sodium, B. Chlorine, C. Iodine, and D. Sodium chloride. Question 8. Work done by force of gravity on a satellite of 500 newton at height is A. 500 joules, B. 3 joules, C. 50 kilojoules, and D. 0 joules. Question 9. What is the meaning of a heterogeneous catalyst? A. A catalyst which stays the same throughout the reaction. B. A catalyst in the same state as the reactant. And B, C. A catalyst in a different state to the reactant. And D. A catalyst which changes throughout the reaction. Question 10. Heterozygous tall plants were crossed with pure breeding dwarf plants of the same species. What were the approximate percentages of the offspring? A. 100% tall, 0% dwarf. B. 75% tall, 25% dwarf. C, 25% tall, 75% drop. And D, 50% tall, 50% drop. And that is the end of the round. At the end of round 2, Precious, you scored 80. Sylvia, you scored 70. Afsat, you scored 40. Akan, you scored 40. The total scores at the end of the 2 rounds reached thus. Afsat, 120 points. Akan, 120 points. Sylvia, 150 points. And Precious, 160 points. With this result, Sylvia, you have advanced to the finals. And Precious, you have also advanced to the finals. Yes, that's the end of the second semi-finals. And of course, at the end of that session, Sylvia and Precious have my congratulations for having advanced to the finals. So it's been a good and tough session. And I want to say thank you for being part of this session. We will meet at the finals. I remain Goke Rauf. I am your quiz master.